So JPFGO is having this whole like Road to Lost Belt 7 campaign, and we're starting off with Lost Belt number 1, and this is actually quite promising because what this is doing is, or at least what it looks like, is that it looks like they're going to be going through all of the different Lost Belts and giving buffs to all of the major characters. Now, I know what a lot of people are probably jumping to right now. They're like, bro, so that means Lost Belt 3, Chi Huang might be getting a buff. Lost Belt 4, Arjuna Alter might be getting a buff. Lost Belt 5, Roma might be getting a buff. Lost Belt 6, let's hope that Morgan or Castoria don't get buffs, because they're a little too recent and a little too good. But we're starting off with this. So this does bring in a little bit of hope. It might squash a few dreams for people because Anastasia's only walking away with double interludes, whereas Ivan, Atalanta, Avisa Braun, and Schmuck over here are all like, you know, getting new buffs and something for their interludes, right? So it's looking pretty promising. And as far as we know right now, we do have what is his name? Ivan's buffs. Now, for whatever reason, it's not here updated on the wiki. I don't really know what's going on with this right now. I don't really see why they haven't really buffed it. But the actual buff that Ivan did receive is, I guess I can't even pull it up. Maybe I'll like throw it up on screen if I remember. But basically, he's walking away with like a new battery. He's walking away with damage against lawful and chaotic opponents. So he's looking really, really strong. Maybe I'm just dumb and I'm looking on the wrong way. There it is. I was supposed to be looking at this. For whatever reason, I thought it was an NP damage buff. This is where it is. Sorry, I got a little turned around. I was like, why is it not on the wiki? It's like, oh, never mind. It's right there. I'm just stupid. But so he's getting a buff that is going to be giving him a 30% battery to make him a bit more consistent, which is very, very strong. Then he's also getting a damage mod of 30% to both lawful and chaotic alignment enemies, which is going to make him just even more of a damaging servant. As you guys can see over here, he is now the second highest AoE rider, just right behind Iskandar. But do keep in mind that a lot of Iskandar's buffs are one turn, so he's kind of like a big one pump chump, whereas Ivan is going to have some more consistent damage over 3 turns, because if you look at this, this is 3 turns. This buff on his NP is 3 turns. This procs every time he fires his NP. It just makes him really, really strong. And then Ivan also has this where he can remove the enemy's buff, so he can get free attacks and everything. And so that, oh, I guess this is also 3 buffs as well. So this is a very, very strong buff for someone like Ivan, right? And I don't believe, if I remember correctly, like if you have Ivan and you're worried about it being like a difficult like challenge or something for you to do, it's just not all that hard. Like this is like some easy stuff to clear. Like it's not even that difficult, and you get a giga strong skill. And then, okay, if we're looking at lawful and chaotic people, you can hit all of these. It's not like it's lawful good or anything. Like he can hit everybody here. So this means any like casters or zerks that fall into either of these categories are just getting absolutely squished by someone like Ivan. And it even means that, let's say there's a Altera boss fight, right? Like say you get to fight Altera, it means he actually can hit her for some pretty decent damage. I mean, this is not class advantage, by the way. This is just like his base calculated damage. This is really, really strong. Like, this is very, very high. For context, people like to bring Gilgamesh to a lot of boss fights because of his servant buff thing. And if you look at Gilgamesh, you know, he's in like a very similar weight class, right? Like, so this is getting to the point where you can bring like these AoE servants to fight these people, and they're doing insane amounts of damage, right? So it not only makes him a really good boss killer, but it means his damage is very, very high, and it is honestly just a very solid buff for Ivan overall. Notice they gave him the 30% here to combine with his 20% over here, right? Because this actually gives him a fake 50% battery and allows him to pair pretty much perfectly with someone like Tomamovich, as Tomamovich and the people in the Buster meta really want to have people that have their own 50% battery, whether it be a fake 50% battery or it be something like just their natural 50% plus battery, because it makes it easier for farming. So Ivan is now not only someone you can use to farm, but he's exceptionally good for challenge quests. But this actually just gives another dimension to Ivan's gameplay, and I'm really glad to see that, because Ivan is one of those servants that I think is really strong, and people just don't really use him all the time. I don't know if they just didn't read Lost Belt 1, or maybe they read Lost Belt 1, really didn't like him, or maybe they don't like his design. As a bit of a caveat, I think this dude looks pretty sick. I think it looks pretty dope. He steps on people with this giant mammoth thing. I think that's all really cool. But yeah, I mean, this is a really strong buff for him. The only weird thing is that, like, you look at the other people and they're not updated, because this came a while ago. This one, like, this came with a different interlude campaign, and they don't have anything else up for her. So I'm a little, like, sussy on it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they were like, yeah, like, these are new interludes that they're putting out for them, but it's probably just along the lines that, like, they're just making them all available and, like, making them, like, cheaper to farm, but then they gave Ivan a buff. So just to clarify all that, because I know someone's probably, like, clickety clacking in the comments down below being like, ZTL, you absolute big dumb idiot, like, I can't believe you didn't pay all that much attention to the Japanese live stream at 2 in the morning. But in all reality, it's probably just, like, because these other people are not updated, it's probably just, like, you know, the main people are getting the buffs. Because if you look at them, it's just their things are available. Like, it doesn't look like they got anything. Then again, they marked this down as an NP upgrade, but it's not an NP upgrade because this is Interlude 1. This is the new one. The strengthening one is what's coming with the event. So, you know, not trying to call anybody out on the wiki, but just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, this comes with this Interlude 1. And then this was his skill upgrade. You know what I'm saying? So this, which I believe this is something he already has, no? Like, yeah. I was like, it's something he already has. I was like, yes, I remember that. So, yeah. It's definitely a really strong buff for Ivan. It's something to look forward to. It's not the crazy, insane thing that I thought it was going to be when I first initially saw it, but it's really good to look forward to. Like, maybe all of the Lostbelt kings are going to be getting buffs. Maybe they're doing that, or maybe they're just going to pick somebody out from each Lostbelt. Either way, new buffs in the game are always super insane because they breathe a new life into a unit. And in the case of someone like Ivan, you can actually use him to farm now. And as we looked at the damage charts, if the third wave is like a lawful or chaotic servant, he's going to be clearing that with the utmost ease, because Buster servants are less concerned with the things that Arts and Quicks are worried about, because those are worried about getting the looping done. Buster, you don't have to worry about that because you just get raw, fat globs of NP from Tamamovich, and you just guarantee that you're going to fire your NP, and it's more about actually just doing enough damage to clear, which is why a lot of people just prefer Buster farming, because there's not really a whole, like, looping aspect to it. It's just focusing solely on the damage. So this is actually really good for someone like Ivan. I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do for some of the other Lostbelt kings, if that's what they're going to be doing, or what other buffs are going to be coming to some of these new servants. Let me know the servants you guys are wanting to see buffed in the comments down below, because I'm really looking forward to a lot of this, and I'm kind of wondering if people like Chi Shi Huang or anybody from Lostbelt 6 will be getting buffs. So that's really interesting. But with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, I upload these videos every single day, so please leave a like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 100K. If you want to support the channel even further, my Twitch is linked down in the description down below. I stream every weekday, but that's besides the point. If you want to support the channel for free, the Loot Cakes and LD Emulator links are linked down in the description down below. LD Emulator, obviously just a good way to play any games you want on your computer. And Loot Cakes basically gives you, like, points anytime, you know, you or anybody in my alliance spends money on FGO, and then you can use those points to then get gift cards and stuff. You can get them for Taco Bell, or just straight up get, like, Google Play gift cards back. So you kind of earn a little bit at a time as everybody makes points. It works better when we have more people in there. So it's like, hey, the more of you guys join, the faster we can all get these points, and the faster we can, you know, get gift cards and stuff. So just one of those types of things. And then finally, I am going to be hosting another Master Duel tournament on the 26th, I believe. Let me pull up my calendar. Yes, it'll be on the 26th, and this is going to be a different type of tournament. So the last one was like only one person could use an archetype. This one, the restriction is just you have to build a pure archetype, right? And we're being actually pretty restrictive on things, right? So, like, for instance, even though something like Infinite Impermanence is a generic card, we're going to be citing it over to Cyber Dragons, right? We're going to be, like, splitting a lot of those cards up and just sending them to different archetypes to try to force people to build these pure archetypes with very few generic staples, like things like MST or Lightning Storms, Twin Twisters, stuff like that is pretty generic. We're giving that to everybody. But but even like a lot of the hand traps, like a lot of the ghost spell cards, like Ash Blossom and like Ghost Ogre, we're shuffling those all over to one archetype. Where it's like, if you just want to play hand trap the archetype, you're more than welcome to run with that, but you're probably not going to win any duels. You could run the Karibo archetype, stuff like that. But yeah, it's really interesting. I've already seen some very interesting deck lists. People are in the server like, hey, does this work? And then we just have to like tear the deck apart and be like, nope, you can't run Gozen Match, because Gozen Match technically has a 6 Samurai on it. Oh, evenly matched, that has a 6 Samurai on it. It goes to them. So I think it's really interesting. Again, there's going to be a prize for this tournament if you actually walk away with first place. And then first top 8, I think for this one is going to be getting a roll as well, because, you know, last time the winner also got a roll to dignify that they were the winner. And then Top Cut also was able to get some rolls. So if you're interested in that, make sure you come to the Discord, you know, hit me with the deck list. Do not like buy the cards before you send me the deck list, because I'm being very strict on it. I would not want you to like have like wasted gems or points or something. So hopefully, you know, I'll see more of you guys out for that one, because that was a very, very fun tournament. But with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day. Peace late, guys.